Hello, everybody, and welcome to Cobcast. Let me make sure I hit that record button because I'm not sure that I did. Yes, I did. Okay. So, this is where I tell you a different story about once a month. I'm not super punctual, so it's not going to be every 30 days. I'm not sitting on my trusty barrel, but this is my favorite stool. So, it's a garage stool. I'm out in the garage, so ignore the mess. That's just what garages are for, right? Oh, man. There's so many things that go to this story that I would actually recommend if you tune back to the Campfire incident story earlier on in my podcast. I definitely recommend watching that because it is related in the sense of stupidity, and it's also the same area, same time frame ish, and some of the same people. I had the same car, and actually, I think we were in the same spot. If we were not, it was right nearby, but it was private property that we're at. And the backstory on that one is private property where we used to go party at when we were younger, and go out and just get away from everybody, have some fires, and have a good old time. And that's what we were doing on this specific day. And I'm going to need my buddy. I'm going to call him D. I'm going to need my buddy to make a second part of this video because I know he's going to have input on this as well. And that's what makes this one so great is because he has his version of the story. Because just wait, we'll get to it. And it's funny, but it's not funny. But at this point, it's very funny. And all right, let me just tell you, I got a prop which is going to be used near the end of this because this is kind of a longer story. I'm going to try to make it fairly quick because this whole ordeal happened over a period of like 4 hours. When it first started to happen, we're down in the woods. Like I said, if you watch that campfire story, you would kind of get the picture of what's going on here. We're down in a creek, partying it up. Well, my buddy D said, hey man, I'm done with the party. I'm going to go take a nap in your car. All right, cool. So he goes to the back seat of my car, takes a nap. Well, me and my buddy R, who is the other person involved in this, still down there, drinking it up, partying it up, having a good old time. Well, it starts to get a little bit late. I'd say around 1, 12:30, 1, somewhere around in there. And, well, we're getting hungry. So, what's the best option? Let's drive 25 minutes away to McDonald's because we're out here in the boonies and there ain't nothing to eat. Dumb decision. But here's what happened. Since I didn't really take care of that car, and, drove through the woods and kind of trashed it, and, wasn't too nice to that car. I was told that it already had a oil leak, and I hadn't checked oil in months, but I like my edge of the story saying that I broke something while driving it through the fields and whatnot, and that's what caused all my oil to dump out, and what is following happened, how it happened. But that's my edge of the story. But honestly, that's because I didn't take care of the car. But we make it about 8 miles or so down the road, probably halfway or so to McDonald's. Take some country roads, driving along, everything's hunky dory, and R is sitting next to me in the passenger seat, and D's still sleeping in the back seat, and all of a sudden, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. Oh, something's wrong. I just lost all power in my car. All the lights shut off, everything. Something's not right. So, pull over, pop the hood, look at it. Right in front of me, where the crankcase meets the valve cover, there's a hole about that big with a rod about half the size of it. I'm not sure what that metal rod was, but it shot a hole straight through the crankcase and it was smoking oil out of it. And long story short on that, when I towed it home, there was not a drop of oil in that thing. But anyhoodle, we had to wake up D and say, hey, sorry about to break the bad news to you and to wake you up, but we went to McDonald's, or tried to go to McDonald's, and we're like 8 miles from back where we were, or back from home. And yeah, we gotta walk. So, being the time that it was, and just the whole situation, there was really no other option. There's nobody to get a hold of that would answer the time, and, well, we had to start hoofing it. And I guess this is a perfect shirt to wear, because at the time when we were younger, we used to do this thing where you take two fingers and we call it the key, cat's claw, key, and you tap somebody on the head. It was just a joke. You just go, key, and it's kind of like a handshake in a way. Lame, but, we were younger, whatever. And I ended up having two fingers on this side of my head, two fingers on this side of my head for about the first 3 miles of walking back. I deserved it. Because, let's just say I deserved it. Well, that got boring after a while, because we've been walking for so long now, and not even halfway there. We had to find a way to entertain ourselves. We had, like, Blackberries, phones that can't... We don't have the smartphones we have nowadays. You can't play music on them or whatever. I'm just saying Blackberry as an example. Just flip phones, burners, whatever. Can't really do much on them, so that's not going to entertain us. And nobody's going to call us back. We already tried texting and calling, but we're still going to keep walking along anyways. So what we came up with, and this is where the prop comes in. Freaking fly, get away from me. This is a little fossil, but we were picking up little rocks off the side of the road. And at every telephone pole, we would all, as we're walking, we would all smack flies out of there. No, we would all throw the rock and try to hit the following telephone pole, the one that we're coming up to. And each person that hit that telephone pole got a point. I don't remember who had how many points. It was so long ago. I know I didn't win. But if you hit the pole just right, it would bounce back onto the road, and that was your lucky rock. You pick it up again, you hit 3 in a row, and you get 5 points. But, yep, so since it's country roads, there's usually gravel along the sides, so every single telephone pole for, I don't know how long we walked. That's why I want D to give his perspective on this, because he was just woke up and had to deal with all this, so he has his own side of the story that I know. He would be able to give different details. Same story, but he remembers it definitely better. Because, that was a late night, if we put it that way. And, well, we all made it back. And by the time we got back, my phone was dead. I charged it up in the morning, and about probably 2 to 3 hours after, it might have been less than that. I'll have D put his input on that. My car was tagged from a county sheriff because it was on the side of the road. It's like, yeah, it's a good thing we didn't stay there. Not saying do nefarious things or illegal things, but that's the story. It's you live and learn. Don't do that kind of stuff. And I really don't know where to go from there. But it's so long ago that it's funny now. At the time, freaking out, like, man, we gotta get the hell out of here. But live and learn. At least everybody was safe and nobody got hurt, and we created a game called TeleRun. That's what we ended up naming it. And so as embarrassing as it was, and I lost that car, which I deserved to, we created a game that, next time I'm stuck walking on the side of the road, I'm probably going to throw a rock at telephone poles. Or I guess power line poles, whatever you call them. I'm not hurting them, just trying to hit them, whatever. Oh, man. I'll let D give his input on it. R is no longer around to be able to tell his end of the story, but he was the one that inspired the cat thing, so. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's story. I know it was kind of too many details for me to really give it the best, so that's why I want to get it a second part. So I appreciate you so much for watching. Thank you.